This episode of Says Who is brought to you by you. Thanks. Through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again. You get me and Maureen doing a little thing we call the Town Watch. It's this, really, a little shorter, a little looser, imagine. And it's available to you if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level. That $10 a month level also gets you a sticker in the mail because you become a member of the Says Who sticker club. Everyone's a banger, but the one that's about to ship is a real banger. And all of that is you. It is for you at patreon.com/sayswho.
Toot books. Listen, guys, it's April now. The Velvet Knife, it'll be coming out in October. There's going to be I'm getting into now the phase of where we start talking about all the things that happen up with the up and coming book, like a tour, pre-order campaign, signing, and things like that. I promise that I will come to Chicago even if I'm not sent on tour.
All right.
I will just go there.
Good. It's a good plan.
I'm going to have somewhere to go.
We can do that. We can make that happen.
Chicago, you got to come out for me.
They'll show up. They show up.
Chicago.
That was pretty good. That was good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was good.
It just came out. Maybe you just don't have to not think about it. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing. It lurks there in all of us.
Right.
Just have to allow it to come out.
It's like how I can't do Philly still unless it just kind of pops out.
Unless you're talking about donkeys.
What's donkeys?
Donkeys, but you say donkeys.
Donkeys.
Yeah.
Donkeys?
Yeah. You don't say donkeys. You say donkeys.
I say donkeys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's okay. It's endearing.
The Velvet Knife, I want to tell you a little bit about it. Stevie Bell #6.
Look at that.
Takes place in New York City. And it features a cult. You know, like how people end up getting involved in something that they kind of don't mean to, that becomes more destructive with time, and end up participating in things that are really destructive and they don't quite know how they got there.
You talking about this podcast?
More to come. But also I have books out there right now.
It's true, you do. And if you want to get them, you can always go to kickbezosintheballs.org. That's our own little bookshop where you have quick links to everything Maureen Johnson, as well as the ability to buy other books, too. Lots of books available there. Over at kickbezosintheballs.org. And if you're buying things on the internet, you can always go to merch.sayswhopodcast.com. That's our merch store where we have tons and tons of good stuff. Or you can go to shop.dansinker.com where I sell some stickers and patches and hats. Probably next week, a large load of baseball hats will drop. So help me fill those orders by placing them when available, not yet available. Shop.dansinker.com.
Toot toot. All right, Dan, what do you think?
I mean, it's
welcome aboard.
I gotta say, Maureen,
it's pretty nice, right?
When you said cut rate cruise,
I
was skeptical, but I'm gonna hand it to you.
It's pretty nice. Yup. Now, I realize I brought you here blindfolded, so
yeah.
Where do you think we're sailing? I know you're just looking around.
I'm assuming we're on a Disney cruise, ready to head to their little private island.
It's not Disney. No, it's not Disney.
All right.
We are gonna. It's all. The thing about this is there's no docking. This is all just on the water. We're just
that's my preferred cruise method.
Oh, you're going to love this.
I just want to be on the water. I want to be out on that open ocean.
All right, now on the Lido deck, endless shrimp. Endless shrimp.
Oh, wow. You went to get some shrimp?
Yeah, sounds
so
great.
Anyway, we may circle a little bit or even stay still because Okay, so we are in the Strait of Hormuz. It is the Hormuz cruise. And Hormuz cruise usually docks in Abu Dhabi and places like that. But this one cruises around the Persian Gulf. This one is really, we just kind of stay here and try not to get blown up. So that's like a fun thing that happens. I have been told that if the ship gets hit, we get a 50% discount.
That's not enough?
Margarita, the Macarena on the side of the boat that's not being shot at. The port side, not being shot at.
Well, that sounds fun. This seems less good than I originally thought.
Come on, let's go down the water slide. It's new. I'm not sure it's a real slide. I think that's just some stuff that's been blown off the side of the ship. Let's try it out. Welcome. We tried our best.
That's high concept.
It was too high concept.
Well, it's fine.
The podcast, it's not a podcast.
It's a coping strategy. I am Dan Sinker.
I'm Maureen Johnson.
Maureen Johnson.
This week is too stupid.
It's a week. I woke up this morning very confused because I was like, oh shit, I think I forgot to promote the episode. It's been out for a few days. And then I remembered it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
It feels like at least a Thursday.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I think possibly because we're sort of waiting. It's like, are we even waiting anymore? For like to see if there's going to be like a ceasefire or.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh, you didn't want to just get right to that?
I think we're in the ceasefire right now, but no, we've got our best man on the job. We'll get to that in a little bit.
How are you, Dan?
It's just been, I have, as discussed many times, too many jobs.
What?
And I know. And currently, 2 of them are in there like, you need to be working all the time on only this to get it all done. And I got 2 of those at the same time. So it's I'm a little bit stressed and scattered. And this is like, this will be true through May.
Good news, May's soon.
I know, May is soon. And once we're through May, one of those will be completely done and the other one will be mostly done. But I gotta get there. And then I really need to not pick up extra shit. Because, yeah, I gotta write a book.
Listen, I get you.
Yeah.
I understand. When you explain book writing problems to me, that's the one place Maureen can show up and be like, tell me everything, buddy. Tell me everything.
There'll be plenty of that, but first I got to make it through the next like 6 weeks, which ain't going to be pretty. It's just not. It's not going to be pretty.
Dan, it doesn't have to be. You know, I have the realization that I have been living my life this year so scrabbly.
Yeah.
Just trying to scrabble and crawl my way from one thing to the next.
Yeah.
And I had a moment the other day where I didn't feel like I was scrabbling. I felt like I was moving a little more with ease from task to task, sitting, reading. And I was like, oh, wait, this is how it can be.
Right.
You know, that when you're just kind of working without feeling quite that like rattly scrabble of like everything's falling to pieces. Like you don't have to do everything at once all the time.
Yeah.
And that is so much of the problem. Like if I'm like, I got to do all these jobs and I have to do all like clean up all this stuff and do this, do that. And it's, you don't have to do all of the things all of the time. Even
in a
giving
perfect
yourself
world.
But the thing is that you can't, even if you have to. I've been in the place literally why, like, I spent the other weekend literally running from job to job.
Yeah.
From emptying my father's catheter, running downstairs to work on this thing that we had to work on, like running into rooms and going, okay, I'm working on this spreadsheet for 15 minutes, and then I'll run to this room, and then I'll come back, and then I'll have 5 minutes, and then I'll pee, and then I'll do this. At some point, I'll find food. I don't care what it is, rocks, whatever. Then I'll do this. And that was how life was.
Yeah.
Giving yourself even, like, for example, I've gone back to just simple list. And
the list.
One of the things on it was, I'm going to read you out. Take 15 minutes to organize books, but not beyond that. Because I have all these books around that need to be like, they come in, I get them for different things, and I have arcs I have to read and books I've gotten to read. And literally they are just at piles.
Yeah.
Piles and piles. And I have to figure out what to do with them all.
Right.
Because I also only have so much storage in New York. So it's like,
yeah.
And it can take a weird amount of time, because then you're like, what do I do with this one? I have to shovel a space for it. Like, giving yourself limits on some of these projects, like do them for 10 minutes and then no more.
Yeah.
That really does help.
That's the old Pomodoro. Whoa, there's a big spider.
Let's see him.
Nah, I can't really show you him. He's on the wall.
Let's call him Harvey. Hi, Harvey.
He's moving on. They're describing the Pomodoro technique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good, I think that is actually breaking things up into small bits, giving yourself a moment to catch your breath. That is definitely the way to go.
I read a great Medium piece the other day, and I want to pull it up because I want to make sure to give the credit to the person who wrote it. And it's about how to break writer's block.
Yeah.
So this was a Medium post by Alex Zalbin, and it's called How to Write When You Have Nothing to Write About.
Yeah.
And I would advise strongly just looking up a Medium, how to write when you have nothing to write about, and you can read his post in full. But basically, I'm going to read his steps out. So step 1, get out of the house. This is pretty crucial, but whether it's going to a cafe, an office, or sitting in the park, make sure you're not in the house. Your house is your TV, your books, and your dirty dishes, and that window you like to stare out of, and a million other distractions. I feel you. You need to get to a place that doesn't have any of those. Just make sure it's just you and your writing implement of choice, which leads us to the next step 2, remove all distractions. So don't go to a place with TVs. Don't go to a place with magazines or newspapers. If you're writing on a laptop, turn off the Wi-Fi. And he's like, I write with a pen and paper. So step 3, start writing. This part seems stupid. That's the whole problem. But another part of the reason for heading into a public place is to give you new things to write about. And that's what you have to do. Just start writing. Don't worry about the quality or the cohesion. Just start writing on the first thing that comes to mind. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been bereft of ideas, use this technique in starting a sketch that opened, and then he quotes, "Scene is a cafe. Alex is sitting at a table in the cafe, sitting coffee. He has no sketch ideas." And then he would just start writing about whatever came to his mind. And he's like, and I say this in the nicest way possible, this sketch will be terrible, like unreadable, unperformable, just straight up bad. That said, don't stop writing at any point, because you're about to, 4, have an idea, parentheses, but don't stop writing. This is amazing stuff.
Yeah.
At some point, writing this terrible sketch, you're going to have a second, or let's be honest, first idea. Do not, under any circumstances, stop writing the sketch you're currently writing. I'll explain why in a second. Immediately jot the idea you just had down in the margin or in a new text document or wherever, so you won't forget about it. Then keep writing your thing, your sketch, your thing, and bring it to its natural, probably still terrible conclusion. The reason for doing this, remember, your brain is your enemy. Part of the reason you got in this situation in the first place is that you somehow trained your brain not to want to write. What we're trying to do is retrain your brain to become a mean writing machine again. When you don't finish the idea you're working on, what you're doing is getting your brain in the mode of not finishing things, which will lead you right back to your original block state. The bonus is that even if this sketch is terrible, and it will be, there may be one joke or line or a spark of idea that isn't terrible. So step 5, write idea 2. So when you finish that first sketch, go back to that little idea.
Yep.
remember this sketch will be terrible, but then you'll get an idea again. Write that in the margin. Your brain is warmed up and you have to finish the second one. And then you go into the third one. This is, and again, full credit, this is Alex Zalben, Zalben on Medium. And this is how it works.
Yeah.
Truly. It's whenever people ask about writing, and I don't know how suddenly we're talking about this, I guess.
I love it.
Writers are,
That's true.
Like, well, how do you do it? And how do you get, and I'm like, I do it because you have to.
Yeah.
It's more like you're running or something. Like this is what you do.
Yeah.
And you don't just kind of, you go, how do you get inspired? I'm like, the universe is inspiring enough.
Yeah. My friend Joe Mino, who's a novelist, also teaches writing. One of my favorite of his lines is inevitably in a class, a student will be like, oh, I didn't get the work done. I had writer's block. And he'll say, yeah, my dad, this is true. He was like, my dad cut stone for a living. That's his job. He cut stone for his whole life. And never once when he came back from work and he sat on sat on the chair, cracked open a beer. When I would say to him, hey, Pop, how was your day? Never once did he say, I had stonecutter's block. I just couldn't do it today. He was like, that's the job. Like, if you want to be a writer, your job, you got to write. Doesn't matter if it's good, but you got to write something.
This is also the thing I try, Dan and Maureen's write and talk, but
yeah, I love it.
A lot of the job of writing is writing badly.
Yeah.
That is maybe 70% of it. Something like that. Like, you just write badly because you have to get something down before you can work with it. So a lot of it is just doing it.
Yeah.
And then rereading it, generating it, changing it, fixing it, discarding it, like if you have to. But that is how it comes out. It's not like you just write it and it's fine. Explain that most of writing is rewriting and just writing stuff.
Yeah.
It's so obvious as to be unbelievable.
The advice that he gives there about pen and paper, like, almost nothing that I have written in the last, God, I don't even know how long. Certainly when I started, like during the COVID stuff that I wrote for Esquire is probably when I really started doing this, but in part because that's when I started a journal. But I have not sat down at a computer and a blank page and started a piece of writing that way in now, 6 years or whatever. Every single thing at least begins jotted down in a journal, just a couple of sentences even, or a paragraph, or occasionally it will be a whole, first draft of a thing, but by no means a final. But there is something very liberating about that. So much of how I approach writing is literally just jotted down bits that I then kind of put together. And to me, I think part of that was tricking my brain because I enjoy editing a lot more than I enjoy writing. And so if I create a bunch of bits, right, then I get to assemble it like a little puzzle, which is the thing I like the most. So it's sort of like, that's how I end up writing a piece.
I feel like my writing brain runs through both arms and into my fingers, like I'm playing a piano.
Yeah.
So my brain is like a kind of shawl thing that runs all the way down. And I think I think in my fingers a lot. So that's why and I've known that for a long time. When I start in paper, clearly a different part of my brain gets triggered.
Yeah.
And other types of things come up.
Interesting.
So there's two different, very different I can feel that like there's a kind of, there's two areas of the brain at work.
Yeah.
in different ways.
Yeah, and the thing that I like about when I kind of just jot some stuff down, eventually I transcribe it to a computer. And at that point, I'm not starting with a blank page, right? Like I'm starting with stuff. And a lot of the times that stuff, one sentence will show up in the final piece or whatever. But not having it blank to begin with, that's the only way I can do it.
As a gift, I was given one of these for my well-organized utility wall. It's called a Remarkable, so it's like a smart pad that you write on.
Yeah.
Let me tell I never use it. It has dust all over it. It's like good idea.
Yeah.
That for me, just never. If it's not pen on paper, it's somehow not.
Totally.
It's not activating that brain center some way.
Totally.
It just looks, I'm too busy thinking about like, do I click this or that, or is this pen type weird, or do I hit that? Yeah. And then what do I do? And it's wrong. But I can feel it in my head, the different centers opening.
My kind of daily to-do list and nightly reflection stuff is all in the same journal as any other writing or sketching, drawings and shit like that for the sticker club, or any other ideas and stuff falls in with it. And so I get about 3-4 months out of a journal, right? Because you've got 1 page is a day, so there's a finite amount, and then everything else. And it's the 21st of the month, which means I need 9 more pages at least in my journal just to get the days in, because there's no way in fuck I'm starting a new journal on the goddamn 21st of April. But I only have like 15 pages left, and it's created this real stress because now I'm judging the thing before I write it down to see if it's worthy of the paper, right? And it's a bad scene. Like, it's a totally bad scene because what has been an infinite resource is suddenly a finite resource for the next 9 days.
Yeah, this is how we trip ourselves up.
Yeah.
I want to see if because there was a journal, because I'm almost done this one that I've had. When did I start this? They last for a long time. So this is probably 2 years old. But there was a Peppermint Patty moleskin notebook.
Yeah, hell yeah.
On the front of it says, I hate it when you have to know what you're writing about. And I really should have bought it.
My general feeling is always just buy the notebook.
Listen, Dan, my general feeling is that, and that is how I've ended up with a absolute shit ton.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's a real problem. It's like an addiction. I can't do that. But I need a new one.
I get it. But yeah, I have the new notebook ready to go, but I can't transition a notebook 3/4 of the way through a month.
I think what we're talking about, Dan, is in this time of complete chaos, worldly, what it does is expose the wiring.
Yeah.
The walls in our house have come down and we see the wiring.
Yeah.
And we go, that's highly unstable. We should get out of this house. And it's a lot. Just getting back. We say it every time, but that's because it's true every time. Getting back to doing things with other people, writing stuff down, making stuff that's good for the sake of doing it.
Yep.
Building small and tight and well.
Always
for the right
true.
reasons. These are the things that are actually worth doing.
It's true. And now more than ever, do the things worth doing, for sure.
Of course, always. Even if you're not in a mess.
True.
We are the atheists in the foxhole right now, and there are none. This is.
Well, Maureen Johnson, I'm excited to tell you.
Tell me, Dan.
I'm just going to read you a headline. All 6 cruise ships now clear or transiting Strait of Hormuz.
Yep.
This
Sure.
from my new favorite news source, cruisefever.net.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Finally something that makes sense.
Yeah. It's the news we've been waiting for. After weeks of playing a high-stakes waiting game in the Persian Gulf, the final ship has officially left the dock. Arroyo Manara, the last of the 6 ships, has pulled out of Daman and is currently making its run through the Strait of Hormuz. This is datelined, by the way, the 19th. For the first time in nearly 2 months, the stranded fleet can carry on cruising again. After being stuck since the end of February due to the conflict, the cruise industry is finally getting its ships back. What started as a solo move by the Celestial Discovery a couple of days ago has turned into a full-scale exodus of these 3 ships. I love that detail because it's like one ship went and the other people are like looking with binoculars like, are they going to do it? Are they going? Oh, shit, okay. Do we follow them? What a nice cruise that must have been.
Dan, whenever a cruise ship turns up in the news,
Yeah,
the reason is always completely batshit
that's true.
or apocalyptic.
Yeah, usually
Like-
apocalyptic.
The cruise ship that brought COVID.
Yeah,
The cruise ship that's stranded because of COVID.
yeah.
The cruise ship where just someone died in a really weird way. The cruise ship where everyone has got the poops.
Yeah,
The
I was
cruise
going to
ship-
say, where everyone's shitting is really your number one cruise news.
Yeah. There's never world peace molecule discovered on Disney Cruise Line.
It's true. I will tell you, the Disney Cruise Line is a major advertiser on the morning Premier League games that we watch. And things have gotten stressful enough in my life and the world where I'm like, that looks nice.
We should do it.
I know the reality would probably be less nice, what with the shitting and all, but
Right.
if you can thread the needle, if you can get one that isn't shit filled,
What goes on a Disney cruise? Like, what's the...
just good stuff. Just looks nice. They really have their top people making those ads, because when I watch them, I'm like, oh, that looks great. The thing that I think would be hard is the other people. I think that would be difficult because like there are Disney people that are hard to deal with, and then there are Disney cruise people.
I've gotten really into following someone on Instagram that all they do is bring their hyper realistic baby doll to Disney World.
Yeah,
Disneyland.
I know that you are. I know
Right.
that you are doing that because you have sent me so many of those fucking videos that I'm not. I literally am like, I see that you have sent me something and I don't even click in on your
What?
name now.
What?
Yeah, there is
I'm trying to-
horrible.
No, it's fascinating.
I don't understand their motivation.
It's a thing.
But are they doing it to be creepy?
No.
Because that's how it's coming off. If we're being honest here.
They know that. They're aware of it. But their thing is they have this thing called the reborn doll. It's a hyper realistic baby doll, and they take it everywhere and they make it, fake formula. And they take them, but specifically this person just goes to, like, I guess they have like an all-time Disney pass.
Okay.
I guess they live near Disney, and
Yeah.
there's like another person. I get really into this. Like, she's like, I am a stay-at-home full-time Disney mom, and every day she has like a pair of ears on, and she takes the kids to Disney World, I guess every day, because they have a pass.
Yeah.
But it's super kind of it's borderline trad wifey.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's terrifying.
Yeah.
But also they go to Disney every day. And I think that ruins it.
I mean,
it should be special.
I do I do think that it would change the equation, but I do have to say there was one time I was out in LA and I was hanging out with Hal Lublin, our pal. And he was talking about when he used to have a pass, and before they really instituted a lot of like blackout days and things like that, where they made it complicated, right? It used to just be you'd have a pass and you could go. And he was like, yeah, and you know what? I got to say, it was pretty great because you could have a bad day at work and then you could go and ride Space Mountain, and then that's all you would need to do. You know, like you might not have any other time, but you could do that. And I was like, oh, that sounds nice.
That does sound like a good solution for that. It really still shocks me how Disneyland really just is in the middle of LA.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
It's very mind-blowing.
The era that we actually went, I think, in the waning days of it. And I have to say, I do think if there was a Disney persona that like I could actually get down with, it was, but they've eradicated it now from the parks. But for a while there were Disney street gangs and they were amazing.
Yeah.
And I like, that was great. That was a Disneyland thing only. And that had to do with the fact that it is like a local park in a way that I think the world side.
And what were the street? There was like a Main Street gang. And
there were like Main Street gangs. There were, any possible area had their own gang, and they would beef sometimes.
Which gang would you be in?
I mean, I think I would have to start my own. But like they were awesome. They had like little leather jackets with like the full
what
like
area
motorcycle gang style thing. Well, that's a good question. I mean, okay, actually, easy. I would create a gang called the Wild Riders, and we'd be the fucking Mr. Toad's Wild Ride gang.
Whoa.
Easy. In a heartbeat. That could become my whole personality.
I'm torn because most of me wants to be in the kind of tropical area.
Sure.
The shady tropical, around the birds, that. Yeah. I might spend my entire day in that Swiss Family Robinson house.
Yeah.
And be something about trees.
Yeah.
I don't know what my name would be. Like I could just do that.
Yeah.
But then a big part of me wants to stroll up and down Main Street in like kind of a striped,
like fucking king shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like hello everybody, and just kind of be like an old fashioned person. It's like, hey, hello, yes, and get ice cream and just kind of just kind of toot around like I
think you've got an odd image of what a street gang is.
I'm in like a 1920s but I have my street gang. We all have striped blazers.
Okay.
And like little bowler hats.
You're a little more Peaky Blinders style gang. Yeah,
exactly.
I like it.
But we always have an ice cream cone. See, we hang out on the shade of the porch of a lot of those with our ice cream cones.
That's where people beef is the porch.
And we nod like we have our little caps pulled down low. They're not caps; they're little top hats, and they're pulled down low. Okay. And we're like, our ice cream cones, and we have a cane.
I think you're in.
We cane fight a lot.
I like it. Anyway, Maureen Johnson. I don't know how we got on this.
Oh, right. Sorry, the news.
But it'll be easy cruising on the Strait of Hormuz soon, thanks to the fact that JD Vance is back on the case.
Boy, oh boy.
He's heading to Pakistan for another, what I'm sure will be a winning round of high-stakes diplomacy, his forte. He'll be joined, as always, by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner.
Our most
Trump's
precious Failsons.
Two guys.
Now, can I just say something? I'm looking at the main page of CNN.
Yeah.
Uncertainty swirls around U.S.-Iran peace talks.
Yeah,
we know. But there is a picture of these talks in Pakistan of and it looks like you're going to Disney World because it's banners on every pole.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Matching banners that say Islamabad talks, and they're blue and they look really cheerful. And it does look like you're and then there's clearly a big one in the back, and it looks like you're driving into a theme park.
Yeah, man, they really they got their oversized printers working double time there. They've got the U.S., Pakistani, and Iranian flags.
Yeah.
Wow.
I sort of always assume that talks, you want them to be kind of subtle, private, maybe in like a house somewhere in the country where you sit and you talk, like in a kind of building that's like kind of like a prime minister's house or where you could just sit and discuss.
Yeah.
This seems to be happening at like a concert venue or something.
Maybe they're doing it on a roller coaster.
I think we get a lot more done.
Yeah. Like you've basically got to get the whole discussion done on the lift hill. And then you do the whole thing. And then if it's not done, you're going again. Around and around until you've got a fucking deal.
Look, I also never scroll down on CNN because I just want to read some of the little bottom headlines here. 1, a portal to an ancient invisible realm reopens in Uganda.
Sure.
Okay. Tiger leaps into crowd at Russian circus.
Sounds good.
They're always completely unhinged. And then the whole bottom is like, she might love flowers, but this is what moms actually want this mother. Like it's all ads.
I hate this shit.
Yeah.
I hate this shit.
Garbagey. But I'm interested in this portal.
Well, Maureen, when I heard that once again they're sending the heavy-duty crew of 2, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, reminded me of a quote that we have not yet discussed, which is that Trump gave a couple weeks ago at an investment conference in Miami, where he says, and I'm quoting in full here, "You don't have to wait a lifetime to find out if somebody is a winner or a loser. You got a lot of losers, mostly losers. Fortunately, it's a good thing to have a lot of losers. I always like to hang around with losers, actually, because it makes me feel better. I hate guys that are very, very successful and you have to listen to their success stories. I like people who like to listen to my success."
This is what we deal with every day.
I just like that he goes and says that in public, and every single one of these fucking losers is like, well, he's not talking about me.
Oh.
And every single one knows the guy that he's talking about, right? Like they're like, well, he's not talking about me. He's talking about Marco. And Marco's like, well, he's not talking about me. He's talking about JD. And JD's like, well, he's not talking about me. He's talking about Jared. But he's talking about all y'all.
Dan, our president, we now live in Schrodinger's war, where the Strait of Hormuz both is and is not open, and it's both very important and not important. And there is a war, and there is a ceasefire, but there is firing, so it's not a ceasefire, and there may not be a ceasefire, but also it's not a war, but it is a war.
Sure.
That
I mean, you summed it up.
That is both already won and lost and over, but may be about to start.
Yes. I think you've done it. Yeah, you've summed it up. It's a very simple situation that's easy to deal with. And certainly not the first simple situation that's easy to deal with that we've back-assed our way into in the Middle East.
If the reports are true, when the one plane went down and they had to have an operation to get out the pilot, Trump was foaming at the mouth so much in the Situation Room that they apparently shoved him out.
Yeah, they were afraid he was going to kind of tell all on fucking Truth Social. They're like, he's got to go.
So they threw him out.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It shows it's possible.
True.
This is, I think, what's important about that is it shows it's possible and that people are throwing him out of rooms at points.
Yeah. I bet that happens more than we know.
I think it probably happens a lot.
Or just that there are meetings that he should be at that he's not at.
They don't tell them.
Yeah.
That's the thing is you just don't tell him. You just are somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to get lunch. We're going to Chipotle. You don't even like Chipotle. And then they're like, oh, Here's what we're going to do. It's a lot of gatherings in bathrooms, in disused rooms, in, the back, the smoking porch. We're going to go play in your arch. Oh, now we're on the arch. Because he wants an arch.
Yeah.
He wants a ballroom and an arch.
Yeah.
It's his birthday soon. Is he getting a parade? Isn't his birthday in June?
Yeah, I think he is getting a parade on his birthday.
And he wants the Medal of Honor.
It's going to be enormous. It's going to be 25 stories tall.
What?
Yeah. It's going to be taller than the Washington Monument by a lot.
And what's it going to be made of? Is it a building or is it just like solid?
It's just solid. It's just going to be solid concrete. They're going to pour it and have to wait a year for it all to set.
So we're not talking like a nice, marble arch kind of situation that,
No, it's a 250-foot tall
arch.
Arc de Triomphe. I like that somebody pointed out, I was like, I feel like if you're going to build an Arc de Triomphe, you should have at least un triomphe.
Well, we have Arc de Fuckboy. I mean, this is, he wants stuff. We just have to remember it wasn't that long ago when he woke up one morning and blew up the East Wing. Just blew it up. Literally, it was gone in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's just
and they're
gone
building
now.
It. They're actually doing construction while not having a plan. They're literally like Winchester Mystery Housing this shit now.
All right, now I'm back in. You got me.
It's a Winchester Mystery White House.
Fuck yeah. Now that's a plan I can get behind.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
100%. Just windows that go into blank, like just doors to nowhere, blank wall windows, staircases that just lead up and stop.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's going to be. I mean, they've literally released multiple plans at this point that do exactly that.
Because that's what it's like in his head.
Yeah, it is.
Just endless doors that go nowhere except like to just a gold thing on a wall. And then you turn around and go back, and very shallow stairs. When is he just going to, pop down from all?
Someday.
It's too much. So that's why there's always going to be noise.
Yeah.
What he's actually saying hasn't mattered in a long time.
No.
It's what the fuckboys around him are doing.
Yeah. By his own admission, the losers around him.
The losers around him.
Yeah. Well,
10 years, Dan. 10 years we've been doing this.
I know.
Are we smarter now?
No. No one is smarter. Right. No one is better off from all of this. It's genuinely, it is amazing when you kind of step back and look at it all. This is one of those just kind of staring into the voids.
There'll be a name for this period. We just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, like I don't think they called the Dark Ages during the Dark Ages.
Right.
Right? It was only with some distance that they were like, oh, hey, wait a second. That period, not so great. What should we call it? Oh, I know. The Dark Ages.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be in sort of a Dark Age 2 Electric Boogaloo.
We're in some kind of demonic republic or Reich.
Yeah. If you will.
But not all is lost, Dan.
Not all is lost.
Because we are not government. We are people.
True.
Government, all these systems are the wiring in the house that we walk out of. I'm working on the metaphor. We'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Give me time.
You'll get there. Well, instead of time, I will give you the story of two particular losers.
Hell yes.
In the Trump administration. The second one, we'll discuss Kash Patel. But the first, Labor Secretary Lori Chavez de Remmer. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, who just announced she was stepping down on Monday because, and I'll quote from the New York Times here, multiple scandals and investigations closed in on her.
Is that a problem?
This is someone that I hadn't heard shit about, right? The labor secretary off here just doing her own thing. The Labor Department's Inspector General's office is nearing the end of a months-long investigation into a whistleblower's allegations of professional misconduct by Ms. Chavez de Remer and her closest aides. The claims include that she was having an affair with a member of her security team and used department resources for personal trips. Ms. Chavez de Remer was expected to be interviewed in the matter in the coming days. Investigators spoke with several dozen witnesses and uncovered evidence that Ms. Chavez de Remer and her staff abused federal spending limits on personal trips. Several people familiar with the investigation said, including on fancy hotels, SUV rentals, and meals. 4 people have left or been forced out of their jobs. There's this whole thing about her husband and her father being super creepy to young women staffers. Yeah. And the messages reported last week by the New York Times suggested that the secretary was drinking during the workday and raised questions about professionalism with her staff. There are multiple texts where she's on trips and she's texting staffers being like, can you bring an entire bottle of wine to my room right now? And it'll be like 2 p.m.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. So here's like the thing that is truly wild about this admin is nobody's watching anyone. Everyone's running their own fucking cons, right? I will point out, it seems like only the women ever get caught for it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, isn't that strange?
Funny. That is odd, isn't it?
Yeah, what are the odds? What are the odds?
That kind of stuff doesn't really happen.
Well, Maureen, on the subject of day drinking, The Atlantic this week released a story entitled "The FBI Director is MIA." Subheaded, Kash Patel has alarmed colleagues with episodes of excessive drinking and unexplained absences. And it starts with maybe my favorite opening anecdote I have ever read, in part because this story came out last Friday, came out on like the 17th. The opening anecdote took place a week before they went to publish, which is great.
That's so good.
On Friday, April 10th, as FBI Director, Kash Patel was preparing to leave work for the weekend. He struggled to log on to an internal computer system. He quickly became convinced that he had been locked out, and he panicked, frantically calling aides and allies to announce that he had been fired by the White House. According to, and this is my favorite detail, according to 9 people familiar with his outreach, 2 of those people described his behavior as a freak out. It turned out that the answer was Patel. He had not been fired. The access problem, 2 people familiar with the matter said, appears to have been a technical error, and it was quickly resolved. But Patel, according to multiple current officials as well as former officials who've stayed close to him, is deeply concerned that his job is in jeopardy. He has good reasons to think so, including some having to do with what witnesses described to me as bouts of excessive drinking. My colleague Ashley Parker and I reported earlier this month that Patel was among the officials expected to be fired after Attorney General Pam Bondi's ouster on April 2nd. Quote, "We're all just waiting for the word that Patel is officially out of the top job," an FBI official told me this week. And a former official told my colleague Jonathan Lemire that Patel was, quote, "rightly paranoid." Senior members of the Trump administration are already discussing who might replace him, according to an administration official. I am in love with the idea that this dude can't log in and is like, oh, fuck. I've been fired. And then what he does is he calls a dozen people to be like, I've been fired.
Let's set the movie scene. This is one of the movie scenes. I think this is how maybe one of these movies about this time period opens.
Yeah.
Kash Patel, hassled, sweating, coming into his office at the FBI, logging in. No, doesn't work. Tries again. Doesn't work. Tries again. His eyes moving everywhere. And you see Wolf of Wall Street style, just running into the hall. Whoa, get it. It's happening. It's you. And this is a whole opening 5-minute sequence of this sweaty bastard running around going, I can't get in. Shred the files. Shred them. Shred everything. Get the burner up here.
It's like the beginning of Argo.
It's the beginning of Argo, but it's stupid Argo.
Yeah.
They're coming in.
It's the Coen brothers do Argo.
And then at the end of that 10-minute sequence, someone picks up just quietly says into their phone, he got in. Just hangs up. And then there's credits. And then we go to something like 2 years before.
Yep. Anyway, the IT lockout episode is emblematic of Patel's tumultuous tenure as director of the FBI. He is erratic, suspicious of others, and prone to jumping to conclusions before he has necessary evidence. According to more than 24 people I interviewed about Patel's conduct, including current and former FBI officials, staff at law enforcement and intelligence agencies, hospitality industry workers, members of Congress, political operatives, lobbyists, and former advisors. I love when journalists show their work a little bit just as a real fuck you.
As a flex. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, you don't think I talk to people? Here, I'll give you a list.
Here's a picture of me talking to your mom, who also doesn't like you and thinks you're weird.
Several officials told me that Patel's drinking has been a recurring source of concern across the government. They said that he is known to drink to the point of obvious intoxication, and in many cases at the private club Ned's in Washington, D.C., while in the president of White House and other administrative staff. He's also known to drink in excess at the Poodle Room in Las Vegas, where he frequently spends parts of his weekends. Early in his tenure, meetings and briefings had to be rescheduled for later in the day as a result of his alcohol-fueled nights. 6 current and former officials and others familiar with Patel's schedule told me. On multiple occasions in the past year, members of his security detail had difficulty waking Patel because he was seemingly intoxicated, according to information supplied to Justice Department and White House officials. A request for breaching equipment, normally used by SWAT and hostage rescue teams to quickly gain entry into buildings, was made last year because Patel had been unreachable behind locked doors, according to multiple people familiar with the request.
There are obviously people in this administration with substance abuse disorder. But I think that there's a separate category of just having to be around Trump and these people and just not being able to do so while sober.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think that there is a category of like, if I have to be here, I must be drunk.
Yeah. I mean, I have absolutely no sympathy for Kash Patel.
No.
But that man has to have just a raging case of imposter syndrome at every moment.
I think a lot of them. Imagine Marco Rubio's got 25 jobs.
True.
And he's doing it in huge shoes.
Yeah, but at least Marco Rubio was a senator and shit. Kash Patel was a fucking podcaster. And suddenly he's the head of the FBI. And let's not point out that, like, unless something has fully dropped into his lap, they have not solved shit.
J.D. Vance was a seventh-rate novelist, fuckboy, who is now the president of the United States, who is in charge of negotiating the end of this goddamn war that they started for no particular reason.
Yeah.
Apparently, just for the plot and to jerk up and down all of the markets by saying on Sunday it's fine and then going on Monday it's not.
Yeah.
And Polymarket goes crazy. That's another fun thing to tell us from 10 years ago is there are all these markets
Yeah.
in which you can bet on current events.
Yeah. Love it.
It's fun.
Love it.
10 years ago, listen, you stupid babies. We love you.
Just dumbass babies.
We have sympathy for you. But we are from the Mad Max world. And us from 10 years from now, when we live in our beautiful commune, let's make that commitment that 10 years from now.
Yo, I fucking give me 10 days. Let's get to that goddamn Glastonbury tour. We don't need 10 years on this shit.
Again, I promise I will be going and looking. And if that place is sold, I will find us another.
I need that tour life. I just need it.
I know. I knew when I saw it, Dan. I knew when I saw it. It was special.
I want. It's all I want in this world.
Can you imagine every day we just go out and do beautiful spells, like peaceful spells?
Yeah.
SaysWhovians, if you come by on the trail, we'll make mystical teas for you.
It's the life.
It's going to be so beautiful.
It's the life.
We could do this from there.
Sure.
I mean, there's right now in the UK, the prime minister is on the ropes.
Yeah.
Completely. He's up in Parliament defending his position because he has to explain why he let a guy heavily connected to Jeffrey Epstein to the point where he's been photographed with his no pants on standing around in Jeffrey Epstein's house.
Yeah.
Become the ambassador of the United States. A guy that was called the Prince of Darkness.
I love it. Yeah, we could do a US and a UK edition if we lived in the UK. Easily.
What if we just had a podcast that was just peacefulness?
That would be nice too.
Where we just talk to you from the top of the tour.
Yeah.
It'd be called Top of the Tour.
There you go.
Tour Talk.
Tour Talk. Yeah.
Where we sat at the top of the tour and gave you mystical wisdom.
This is the next 10 years of Says Who. Is Tour Talk.
Meanwhile, here in New York, I just want to tell you that I saw our, where they collect all the garbage from our buildings.
Yeah.
In a big white box truck. And then I saw what they do is they pull up on the sidewalk, along the sidewalk, and three guys lift all the bags out and just pile them in a wall.
Yes.
And I thought of you. Because we still do it, Dan.
I just want to give you a headline. This is April 17th. nyc.gov/mayor's office/news. Mayor Mamdani takes major step towards citywide trash containerization.
Listen, Albanian citizen Eric Adams tried to do that. And he wheeled a bin down his driveway, and here we are.
The beginning, the end of Eric Adams. I just want to point out that they have set a lofty goal. Administration committing to full citywide trash containerization by the end of 2031. Dare to dream, baby. 5 years to put some trash cans out and to get all you slobs to use it.
When you said 2031, my brain was like, what's that, 15, 20 years from now?
Yeah, no, it's 5 years. My favorite is they've had to invent an entirely new word, trash containerization.
Mm-hmm. When I saw the trash, the box truck pull up and start just hauling out all of our trash and stacking it 4 bags high on the sidewalk, I was like, Dan would be so happy to see this.
City that never sleeps, baby.
We love it.
Yeah, you love your trash.
Dan, being comfort makes me uncomfortable, Dan. I feel it easier. It's like in other places, all the joints feel too loose. You know what I mean? You gotta feel a little tension.
That's why That's again why the tour is perfect, because you got all these fucking ley lines right in the backyard. So you're never going to be totally
It's
at
our
ease.
job to absorb and rearrange the energy.
Right. Exactly.
That's a good job.
Yeah, it is. In the meantime, Says Who is made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where you get this all over again on Sundays. If you give it the $5 a month level, throw another $5 on top of that, and you get a sticker in the mail because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club. It's a good club. Patreon.com/sayswho. Our theme music was performed by Ted Leo. Our logo was designed by Darth. You can contact us at sayswhopodcast.com on Blue Sky and at sayswho@omfg.town on Mastodon. You can always email at that's HEY at sayswhopodcast.com. Join the discussion on Facebook at /group/SaysWhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. Thanks, Janice. If you want to join the fan-run Discord server, you can always visit tinyurl.com/sayswhodiscord. Whatever you do, spread the word, subscribe, leave stars and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you listen, and you can join us next Wednesday, April 29th, for our next episode. From my basement in Chicago, I'm Dan Sinker.
And here in beautiful New York City, I'm Maureen Johnson.
And this has been Says Who. 5 years till trash cans.
It'll never happen.
It'll never happen. You will always be 5 years out.
5 years out.